All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. Man, I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give it to you real and raw today, all right? Joining me, you see the young man to my left, maybe your right, but who knows? But anyway, moving on. But joining me today, all the way from ATL, Southern Playalistic, we all know that, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta. Please put your hands together for Mr. P.J. Cowan.
Ty, what's going on, man? Thank you, sir.
Man.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, brother, no problem at all. No problem at all. Look, as I said before, in case you all don't really understand what tonight's show is about, real and raw, okay? So, man, with that being said, all right, Mr. P.J. Cowan here, he's launching a podcast. It's called Real and Raw Vet Talk, okay? So, as you can tell from the, verbiage that I'm using, is he a veteran? Yes, he is a veteran. Yes, he served our country well, but now he's here to give his views on, politics, being a dad, being a divorced dad, just any and everything. So my first question to you is, why is now the time for PJ Cowan to launch this podcast?
Well, Ty, for me, I feel like now is the time because I have enough life lessons and have been through enough to talk about it, keep it real about it, but also I can dive into quite a few different topics. You know what I mean? So I've been through my stages, I've been through my lessons, and God finally put it on my spirit. It's time. My voice is power, and it's time for it to be used. So here we go.
Okay. So now, talk to us now. Like, when is it going to launch? Where can we see it? And what types of things will you be discussing on your show?
Okay, so we're going to launch it March 23rd, okay? And so you'll be able to find it on Spotify, Apple, Instagram, my Twitter, which I'll drop that all to you before we finish our convo. And Ty, what we'll be talking about? Man, Ty, we're just going to be talking about that real and raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, after we have our conversation today, I really think you'll get more of a grasp of everything, because everything I'm bringing as far as we're talking to my guest, it's things that have played a part in my life too. And so I have the life lessons and all these things. So I'm not talking off of the he say, she say. You know what I mean? Right. I've actually lived it, you know what I mean? Or been through it. And so, yeah, I've earned my stripes.
Okay. Well, you know what? So now let me ask you something. Because in my experience, and especially now, definitely within like maybe the last year and a half, maybe 2 years or so, we have people, who like share their like personal experiences with like others in the world. And it's not to knock the professionals or whatever, who may, be in the business of breaking down theories and this and the other. Well, PJ, this may happen because of this and the other. But let me just ask you, in your experiences alone, do you find it better for people to, listen to, stories like yours that are relatable, that are like, okay, well, man, that happened to me, but not only me, that happened to my neighbor and and or do you find it better or do you find it more suitable for people to really listen to like the professionals and, give you the diagnosis and all this other good stuff?
Well, for me, and like I said, me personally, I find the life lessons, so it can get no realer than the experience. And so anyone can go pick up a book, okay, can go to the internet, can sit on their phone and say, hey, Siri, okay, and find out or ask whatever they want to ask. But man, talking to people, like actual communication and actually like hearing someone's story. And then even with that, like, yo, these people gonna hear my story. Guess what? These people don't know me. Like, yo, do your research. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't lying about nothing. And if you can't prove it, then you know your word don't mean shit. Sorry, Ty. So
well,
life lessons are always better than the professionals at the end of the day.
Yeah. All right. So now you spent close, 8.5, 9 years in the military. All right.
Yeah.
Serving
Yes, sir.
All right. First and foremost, thank you for your service. Okay. Man. Look, I talk about people transition, you know, whether it's from high school to college to real life, loved ones leaving, this, that, or what have you. Everything's always in transition. So who you are now is not the person who you were when you first went into the military. So can we talk about your transitions going in the middle, and leaving the military, rejoining civilian life?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So so start with going in. So let's see. So Ty, I went in after high school. So I went in the September of 1999. And at that time, you know, when I was 18, you know, I knew I didn't want to go to college, you know, at that time, Ty. You know, my mom and dad, they were going through nasty divorce then at that time. And, you know, I saw this badass video of dude jumping out a damn helicopter and, and shooting some guns and blowing up shit. And I was like, ooh, okay, this looks cool.
Right.
And I get to travel the world. Let's do it. So, you know, man, just to get away. And, you know, I was an adrenaline junkie and, you know, just really liked the challenge. And so initially, man, it was a challenge, you know, and I went in 99. And not only did I enlist, I enlisted into the creme de la creme. So I was 11 Bravo, which is infantry. And so yeah, you the ones that's front line, you know, seeing the battle, seeing all that. You're being trained to go out here basically and kill people. You know what I mean? And you're doing it to defend this country, you know, of all these millions of people who you don't even know, right? So went in. It was an amazing experience for me because it did teach me a lot of very valuable lessons from, you know, discipline, value, morals, self-service. You know, it put me into a situation where I was around people from around the world. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't see the color, you see people. You know what I mean? People, you see different religions, you see different cultures. Like so it's not just what you're seeing on TV, and that's one of the best things about, like, dude, I traveled the world, you know. And so then, you know, fast forwarding, you know, I my last tour in Iraq, I got injured my last tour, and so then I ended up going through 2 years of surgery, and I was with Wounded Warriors at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, where I finished up my military career. So medically retired because they told me that I wouldn't be able to go back to running and to humping and, you know, being 11 Bravo. I was gonna have to sit behind a desk. And that stage in my life, like, yeah, I don't sit well.
Right.
And then you were telling me that I can't do something. So at that time, it's like, I'm going to show you, you know. And no, sure enough, I did. You know, when I first got out, that 2010. At that time, I got out, and when I got back from Iraq, Ty, that's when I met my then wife.
Okay.
And so my military career, I was single. It wasn't until the end of it. So my last 2 years military, that's when, I spent, married, started my family. Yeah. So this was my mid-20s.
Hmm.
And so then from there, hold on, Ty. I just want to make sure you're not froze on me. I see you, but you're froze. Okay, there you go. Now you're moving on me again.
No. Okay.
But yeah, towards the end, that's when my transition started out of the military. Spent another year healing up from my injuries. While I was healing up during that time, I went on and finished out my associate's degree then, because I was like, coming into the civilian world, I was like, man, what is it that I want to do? And I knew I didn't want to go work for anyone. I wanted to still live my passion. I wanted to have a career off of something I was passionate about, and I love health and fitness. You know what I mean? I love health and fitness. So I was like, all right, I'm going to finish up this degree, health and fitness, and get this degree, but I still got an itch. I got to scratch, and I got to get out. And so at that time, my kiddos were all little. And so after that year, I finished healing up. I went back overseas, and I was working with the Department of State for 3.5 years, back and forth between Afghanistan and Iraq. And so during that time, I just kept working on my bachelor's overseas, doing the dad thing from afar, being the man holding the house down, all that good stuff. So that was the beginning of my military career, and then the transition, and then the transition into the Department of State, still working for government. And then after that, in 2014 was when I finally started my transition into the civilian world. So yeah, because during the time of me, working for the Department of State, that's when I started training too. But I only train when I come back. So my deployments, I'd be gone 3 months, back a month.
Oh,
and
wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, overseas 3 months and back in the States a month. And, that's how I rocked for a good 3.5 years.
So, and if we don't ask, then we get what we see on television, in the media, on movies, TV shows, whatever. But, I'm a little old school, okay? So, I grew up in the time we had movies like Born on the 4th of July and all these other type of like movies that, supposed to show veterans trying to acclimate themselves into society and this, that, what have you, and they're all war torn and this, that, and the other. Breakdown, or if you could just think of one major misconception that us civilians have about military entering the society, what would that one be? Because, seriously, like you watch TV shows, this guy's scarred, this guy's this guy's that, he has like the tattoo with the skull with the knife going through it, he's dangerous, you gotta like watch out for these guys. But you understand what I'm saying, like they drop the narrative. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Exactly that narrative.
Man, break it down for us. What is one of the major misconceptions?
I think, Ty, I think I'm gonna hit on what you just said. Like they come back, they're scarred. They've lost their minds. Okay, let's really break this down, right? Okay, let's get into a vet's head, because you're talking to the same vet that you can when they come back, they look at you and they're like, "Oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service." Okay, so what are you thanking me for? Because you're the same ones that are saying that, but do you know what you're really thanking me for? Because you're saying I'm scarred. Okay, so I'm scarred because my job, okay, while you got a degree in college, my degree was in how to take somebody out, how to shoot these guns, how to protect the ones I love, how to protect my country, that, these values and things. But then when I come back and now I'm in the civilian world, and let's just say, it's easy stuff like divorce, okay, court system. Dude, the court system's horrible, right? Oh, especially for men, don't care about men. No. But you can't protect your own children. You can't protect yourself in the civilian world. You come back, like I said, you've risked your life for the country, and you come back and this narrative now, you're back, okay, hey, all right, we used them for what we wanted them for. Now they're beneath even, people who aren't from this country. You know what I mean? I can break it down. Like, thank you for your service, but here it is. You wouldn't do the same for me. But I'm scarred because I rose my hand to pick up that gun to protect your ass.
Okay, so man, look, let's just have a real ass moment for a second, because what you're talking about is some real shit, man. Like, yeah. And it's usually non-urban people, that normally have something to say, about things such as that. Like, I mean, I don't think they really understand, like, and that's why whenever I get a chance to talk to a veteran or even like interact with one, it ain't about, oh, okay, man, tell me what you saw, tell me this, tell me that, how's this, how's that, man, to hell with all that. Hell, you didn't see enough of that to last you a lifetime. You don't want to talk about that shit.
Yep. Now, that's one of those questions, Ty. You drive me batshit crazy. Oh, thank you for your service. Have you killed anyone?
Man, come on now.
Like, what? Like, really? That's what you want to know?
Right.
But then when I want to talk to you and tell you about, like, hey, the news that you're getting here isn't true, isn't real. Like, I got boots on ground. I've been boots on ground. And like, Todd, this was back 2010, before all this fake news stuff was popping. Yeah. I used to tell my mom, like, things like, Ma, like, whatever's happening on the news over there, like, something ain't right, because it ain't real. I'm boots on ground. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you, some of my best relationships used to be like, deployments. I'm in this third world country, and I'm sitting here in these villages, in these mud huts with these people who love us. You know what I mean? We're over here for reasons that people don't even understand and don't even care to want to listen to and know. But you're thanking me for my service, but then y'all don't want to listen to the truth of people who have been there. Why are we scarred? Some of us are scarred because we've lost brothers and sisters in these wars that we shouldn't even be having. You know what I mean? These are wars we shouldn't be fighting. We shouldn't even be there. But y'all are listening to the narratives of everything that y'all want to get fed, but y'all don't want to be fed with knowledge from your veterans and ones who have been there serving and protecting your ass.
Come on now, you better, boy. Look here, look. I'm finna pass around this collection plate, man, because you out here preaching now. Yeah, come on. All right.
And keeping it real, man. Just keeping it real. And and that's why coming back it is a hard transition for a lot of veterans.
And so you touched on something, man. Court system, period. And I'm just gonna take it. Let's just take it there. If you're black, court systems don't really work for you. Okay? Man. I mean, unless your last name is Jordan, Obama, or Oprah. All right, Gail, maybe, you know what I'm saying? The court system don't really work for you. All right? I mean, it doesn't. That first name. Mm-hmm. So you are correct. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're like in the military, something happens. Oh yeah, man, there's a point, man. Boom, 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 boom. This is how this shit's gonna go down. It's gonna point A, point B, point C, point D, point E. When we get to point F, man, you already know what it is. Your ass won't be here. Okay. Yep. By the time we get to point F, you're not even here. Either you're in the brig or we done shipped you out for a unhonorable this charge or what have you, you ain't here. Okay?
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Man, like, you know, I'm just gonna say it, man. Like, this country is very fucking hypocritical.
Oh, it's very hypocritical.
It's like, very hypocritical, man.
I mean, and it's not only hypocritical, and you said something there, Ty, like, if you don't mind me piggybacking on, you said just for the black men, but dude, I'm gonna say, I mean, fathers too. Like, man, I don't care. Like, man, if you a man and you're in the court system, they don't care. And they don't care about the kids.
Okay. So I told y'all, real and raw. Okay. So thank you for that transition, because now, man, let's scoot on over a little bit now. Okay. So dad, okay, man, military dad, but now divorced dad. Okay. And you just said something about the courts. They don't give a rat's ass about men. They don't care about the kids. It's not set up for that. As a father who had to go through child support court, I can definitely understand what it is that you're saying. But no, I mean, so let's just break that down to what you're talking about, like the court systems, man. Like, I can just remember going to child support court. I didn't even say a word, PJ. Okay? Didn't say a word. All right? They had me sit in this little tight corner, dude, in this cube. You know what I'm saying? This chick comes out with she comes out with this big ass calculator. All right. She get to running it down. And at the time, the mother of my child sitting over there, I'm like, so is this just where we are right now? I mean, this shit's kosher?
Yeah.
This is cool, huh? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, man, she over there working that little, calculator, man. That shit. I'm like, this shit is not cool at all. Because once you get in there, you're not man. If you're a man, they don't speak to you. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's catered to the woman. It's not catered to the man.
Yeah.
But get off that soapbox. I want to talk to you about something. And you were starting to hit on it, but I don't think a lot of people really truly understand. A lot of times when we get perspective about divorce, it's from a woman. Okay? Mm-hmm. Man, you didn't heard the songs. You didn't see the movies. All right? You didn't watch the TV show. You didn't see it all. Okay? From the perspective of a woman.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't get the perspective from the man. So I want you to give me your perspective on some of the misconceptions that people have about men and divorce.
Man, well, first and foremost, divorces suck. I really, wish it upon no one. But at the same time, there's certain times like you gotta go. Gotta go and you gotta make it happen. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, my life lesson, one of the ones that I think I'll twist some people's heads with is that moms, okay? Like the court system always, it's geared towards the moms, and the moms are always the ones that typically have the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
All divorces are nasty. It's just different levels to it. I was the one who went through a very nasty divorce, and I ended up having my kids, like taking care of my kids full time. You know what I mean? So through a divorce, I was a full-time single dad of 2. You know what I mean? And holding it down. By myself as a dad. Because I love being a father. You know what I mean? Love being a father, love being a dad. But it is not, it's not right. And it's sad to see what not only divorces do, but bad parents and this fucked up court systems. Because at the end of the day, the biggest ones that are suffering are the kids. You know what I mean? Because all we're doing is causing trauma. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, dude, this shit is so simple. Why? But why are we playing these games? Oh, because it's a money system in the courts. The lawyers and everybody don't really care about the well-being of you, your situation, or your children. But then they'll be the first ones that, will be in the courtroom trying to go against your child because your child has been out there in the streets and done something crazy because of all the trauma that they have been caused through nasty ass divorces, being drug out for long periods of time. So yeah, it's just sad to see the how the system works, especially coming from a veteran and a man's standpoint, who I defended this country, but here it is when I go into a court system, what happened to me in the court systems and what's happened to my kids, I wish it upon no man. But I can defend the country, but can't defend my family when it comes to, someone who I would view, I would never have thought I'd view as the number one enemy, which is my ex.
Hey, I'm just gonna keep it real. Look, we all don't play the hero.
Man, dude, I stay with my Kevlar on every day, 24/7, 7 days a week.
He said, "I just don't trust it, y'all. I just don't trust it."
Dude, my PTSD from my divorce is worse than damn all war put together.
He's like, hell, I would rather go serve my time back over there.
Like, y'all got a special assignment? Where y'all need me to go? Who you need me to take out? What's up?
Look, I mean,
what's up? And y'all just stop her. Y'all make her stop. Okay, cool. All right.
So no, but you do make a good point, man. And like, usually when you hear about the vengeful woman in a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, he drove her to that. He did something to make her, X, Y, and Z. When sometimes, no, that person just fucking crazy.
They just crazy.
And
they know what the worst part about it is, they know they can get away with it.
Now, those are the most dangerous ones to me. Personally, those are the most dangerous ones to me.
Oh, believe me, I know. I got one. That thing rolls. The sheet is all the way down. Yeah, but now that is when they know, and I've talked to many attorneys. You know what I mean? Many attorneys I've gone through. I've done my own research. People, especially, men need to know, man, do your research, go to the courthouses. They have libraries at the courthouses. Like, you don't have to sit here and pay these damn attorneys to go and get some of this information. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can get it yourself. Like, literally, the librarians are in there. They will help you. Like, man, go in there, ask your questions, but go in there prepared. And, if you're a father that, you're wanting to be, you're wanting to fight back, I'm gonna let you know it's gonna take some time, but an investment. But man, if you're a father, you love your kids, like, you're gonna take some blows, but man, start doing your research. Stop spending so much money on these whack attorneys who, all they doing is using money to go party on the lakes on the weekends and shit, and ain't really doing nothing, for you and your family. But yeah, do your research.
They don't even open your damn file until you in court. Okay?
No.
They ain't even seen the damn file. They don't even know your damn name until the folder opens up.
Ain't even seeing it. And then they already know what the outcome gonna be. Because again, these crazy ass exes who know they can get away with it, they just keep doing it because they know there's nothing the system can do to them. But let it be you, the man, the dad, okay? And how cool those tables turn.
Damn.
You know, every time.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Real and raw, y'all. Real and raw. That talk.
Oh.
Okay. So look, man. Now, okay. You're launching March 23rd. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if people want to get in contact with you before then, if they just want to see, well, man, what the hell does PJ got going on when he ain't up here talking this shit and keeping it real? What does PJ have going on? How can people get in contact with you, or how can they see some of the things that you're doing on social media, websites, what have you?
Well, man, if you want to get in contact with me or find out what's going on, you can go to my Instagram and follow me at Real and Raw Vet Talk. You can also go to at Cowan PJ, and we will be putting out information as we get closer to this launch date, but I'll keep you up to date. That's everything that's going on, because as you can see, like, my life is like I call it my spider web. Because I got so many things in so many places, you know, but it's all blessings and all good.
And just like a spider web, it's all by design. See, he ain't want to tell y'all that. He ain't want to throw that in. But you know, I'm just.
It is time.
All right.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Bow, y'all. Bow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Man, look. I am going to tune in because I am very interested to see, man, how it's going to go down, who you're going to have on there, what the topic is going to be, okay? Because, I mean, it's like you said, you know, real talk from a real person about real things that are going on. I don't need a professional for that, all right? I don't need all these big wigs with big words for that. Man, I need somebody who's going to give it to me straight in a way that I can understand, process it. Man, you know what? I may actually do a 180 and change up what it is that I'm doing if I feel I'm slipping. Because I didn't listen to my PJ. Man, PJ didn't give me the game. Yeah, I'm slipping. I'm finna go back over here and pivot somewhere totally different. Okay, man, cool. All right. Now, man, I'll come to my last question, the question that my show is known for, but I gotta give it to you. Okay.
Let's get it.
All right. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Greatness.
Come on, talk to me.
Greatness. You know, and for me, I believe that everybody has it in them, but in order to achieve it, you have to go through all your life lessons, no matter whether it's on the light or on the dark. But you got to go through all of them in order to reach this thing of greatness. And everybody's greatness looks different.
Come on.
Me, I know what mine looks like, and I know what I have to do to get there. Okay, nobody can do it for me but me. Okay, and the powers above. And so for me, greatness, because I know I'm going to achieve my greatness where I want myself to be, and then where I see my tribe, aka my kiddos, you know what I mean, what I'm leaving for them. So
okay. So, man, I can't even let you in on that note, because you just, man, I mean, for real, you just hit me with what I'm leaving for them. Okay. You open up another question that I normally like to ask around here. I have this thing called leaving empty. All right. When it's all said and done, PJ, man, you done did the work. You done did every damn thing in the world you didn't have to do. I done bled, sweat, shed tears for it. Man, everything I got going on. Now it's over. It's done. I've gone on to my resting place. What is it that you want to leave behind? What is it that, man, when it's all said and done, what will the legacy of PJ Cowan look like?
Man, the legacy that, he's a fighter throughout, no matter what was thrown at him. He still was able to, no matter what I'm going through, I know my purpose and my legacy is to serve. And, and serving to the highest power as far as others around me, and putting everyone first and not myself, and wanting to see people bring out the light, no matter, good, bad. Like I said, there be people even listening to me and want to group me with this, but knowing wholeheartedly that, man, whether I agree with you or don't, like, I can communicate, I can be in a presence, and you can feel my energy and my greatness, and it affected you in some type of way, whether you wanted it to or not.
And that's real. That's real. Real and raw vet talk, y'all. Okay, March 23rd. All right. Okay. Spotify and all other streaming platforms. Man, we gotta support. Brothers, man, fellas, y'all out there listening, y'all didn't heard some of the stuff we talked about, some of the stuff that you're probably going through.
Yeah.
You may feel as if you can't talk to your boys about certain things because they just not on that level with you, but you need to get this work.
We gonna talk about it.
There it is, y'all. Okay, man, look. So I'm just letting you know, PJ, and I'm letting the viewers know. Look here, this ain't the last time you didn't seen the brother on my platform, okay? Look, y'all know how I roll. The doors of the church are always open, brother. You can always come back. Whatever you got going on, man, please come on back. Bless us with what you got going on. And, man, like,
Roger that.
And everything. So.
Man, I appreciate it, man. And Ty, I thank you, man. Your energy's amazing. And dude, I'm definitely be tuning in to what a lot of what you got going.
Hey man, I only got one rule. We keep it Busta Rhymes over here, man. It's high level over here. All right, high level. Okay,
let's do it.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. But you can follow me all social media platforms, Word with Ty Brownlow. Or you can just go to my website, tybrownlow.com, get this wonderful interview plus other great interviews. PJ, we out. Peace.